only challenge I know that we have been facing is the issue of governance. We are of course trying. We are trying to cooperate with the counties. But I know still there's a lot we need to do in order to improve governance, so that to give some assurance to our members that whatever they have saved with their respective cooperatives, it is safe and secure. So I want to encourage all of you, going forward, let's work together, let us cooperate, let us advise one another, so that at least we are able to serve our Kenyans into the best and for them to realize their aspirations. Now, this is the message from the Simon Cherugui, Cabinet Secretary, Minister of Cooperatives, Micro, Small, Medium and Medium Enterprises on the occasion of induction of the CECs in charge of trade, industry, manufacturing, enterprise development and cooperatives and tourism. I feel greatly honored to be part of this induction exercise of the County Executive Committee members in charge of trade, industry, manufacturing, enterprise development, cooperatives and tourism. Before I proceed, I'd like this opportunity to congratulate all the County Executive Committee members present here on their appointment to serve in the highest policy organ in their respective counties. This appointment comes with a higher calling to governments to develop solutions and innovation that will help our country Kenya, to grow and sustain her economy. Especially, we are aiming to have a double-digit growth. And I believe the counties have also a big role in playing in this. I want also to emphasize the role of cooperative and SME, which will be at the very center of this partnership. And my challenge to all the CCs present is to promote and support enterprises and businesses that will inject the much needed energy in our economy. Ladies and gentlemen, the role of cooperative and SME in socio-economic development of our country, Kenya, cannot be overemphasized. Aware of this potential, His Excellency the President established the Ministry of Cooperatives and Micro and Small Medium Enterprise Development in order to support government agenda of uplifting the lives of millions of Kenyans at the bottom on the bottom of our economic pyramid. Despite the immense contribution by cooperative and SME sector, the sector will still experiences a number of challenges that include low level of value addition, limited market access, low level of adoption of technology, weak governance structure, and a limited access to affordable finances. Ladies and gentlemen, to overcome this, to have it, the institutional reform in cooperatives, they include the restructuring of key institutions, infrastructure support, and capital injection in terms of policy and the legal reforms in cooperatives. The government has developed the sessional paper number 4 of 2020 on national cooperative policy, whose theme is promoting cooperatives for socio-economic transformation. This sessional paper recommends a raft of interventions that include the review of the cooperative registration. My ministry has since come up with a draft cooperative bill that was approved by the cabinet, that's the former cabinet, and now is awaiting to be introduced to Parliament. Among the proposed interventions in the bill includes the delineation of the cooperative function. The county government, therefore, will be responsible for the day-to-day regulations, supervision of cooperatives by undertaking, 1, promotion of cooperatives, extension services, education and training to cooperatives, inspections, and also presiding over elections and carrying out audits of cooperative societies. This is an area where we had quite an elaborate consultation between, first thing we started with the cooperatives themselves, the cooperative leaders. We had the COG, in about 2 meetings with the COG. We had also engaged the previous CCs in about 2 meetings. And finally, we had 2 forums with the governors, one here in Nairobi and another one in Nairobi and another one here in Mombasa, before we came up with this delineation of functions. The national government will remain to be responsible for formulation of national policy and the legal framework, and also registration, the final registration of cooperatives. And also will be providing standards and the capacity building to counties. The role of NASA for technical consultation and the sharing of information between the national and the county government on cooperative matters. Other major interventions in the bill relates to improvement of governance and efficiency in service delivery, like establishment of the 4-tier cooperative structure in order to enable self-regulation in the cooperative sector, and also to have separation role of the board of cooperatives and the management. Because, cooperatives previously, we used to have management committees who were elected officials. But because some of our cooperatives, they are actually bigger than even banks, some medium banks, we feel it's a high time that some of these cooperatives, we separate the role of the board of directors and the role of management in order to bring professionalism and efficiency. Your Excellency, the Ministry would like to use this forum as a launching pad to partner with the counties to implement further reforms in the cooperatives and the SME sector. The proposed areas of focus in the cooperative is in the area of transport, agriculture, housing, and the financial sector. I am delighted to inform you that reforms in the transport sector have achieved some, and out of that, of course, we register them into SACCOs, but it's high time we feel that rather than having them as SACCOs, we want them to transit into transport cooperatives so that they are not only taking care of their savings, but also to be able to manage the fleet in order to increase or to enhance sanity on our roads. We also looking forward in cooperation in order to upscale value addition and the processing of our produce in the traditional value chains, especially in coffee, dairy, cotton, cereals, and so many other value chains. As we are looking forward in emerging value chains like avocado, macadamia, and oilseeds. Most of our cooperatives are dealing on the traditional produce, raw produce. If it is coffee, they are just marketing coffee as beans. If it is cotton, the same thing. We want to see how we can increase value addition and processing. And I believe, Your Excellency, if there is value addition in counties, obviously it's going to support the county governments in employment creation at the counties, and also to provide a forum for investment at the board level of governments to partner in providing a neighboring environment and a fiscal infrastructure necessary for cooperatives and SMEs to participate. SACCOs have also continued to play a critical role in our financial deepening and the mobilization of saving in this country. As such, there is need for cooperation between the two levels of government to instill professionalism in the management of these SACCOs, and also providing room for new ones to leverage on financial opportunities available through the Hasra Fund. I think it's good for me to mention that you are aware that, as you are aware, His Excellency, the President last week launched the Hasra Fund. And we have started with the product number 1, which is on personal loans. But there are some other products that are coming up, mainly targeting the cooperatives, chamas, and other SMEs. So as we are moving forward, let us also encourage our cooperatives to participate in these household funds, and more so to improve the governance, because governance is going to be very key for our considerations for those cooperatives to benefit. Ladies and gentlemen, cooperatives in Kenya have concentrated their activities mainly in the traditional areas of agriculture to access startup capital from the household fund. I know this one area Olga have been working very closely. I think about 2 weeks ago we had a forum at the Strathmore, and we were looking at what are the other matching areas where cooperatives can leverage on. And this is an area I believe can add a lot of value to our counties, especially worker cooperatives. We have quite a number of young youths who have graduated from colleges, universities, who are not able to get jobs immediately. These people, if they can be aggregated together based on their skills, the government they can easily access money from both levels of government as startup capital for them to start their business, their enterprises. And by doing that, we will have helped them not only to be job seekers, but also to be job creators. In view of the critical role played by the cooperatives and SME sector, I want to ensure that the national government commitment in providing an enabling environment for the sector, and additionally in people coming together for common purpose, that this country will develop as envisaged in our Kenya Vision 2030. The cooperative movement can help this country to be more.
Indeed, that is why we are here, to try and find mechanisms of working together to grow our cooperatives and savings. Now we will transit, and I want to invite His Excellency the Deputy Governor for Tana River, Deputy Governor Mahad Loko, to greet us. Also, he is also CEC in charge of trade, and thereafter invite His Excellency Governor Abdul Swamad Nasir to give us his statement and officially open our workshop. Karibu, Your Excellency.
Your Excellency, Governor Mombasa, facilitators, participants,